Do you ever wonder what happens in the shadows of the world's most beloved sport? The Fédération Internationale de Football Association, or FIFA, is a titan on the global stage. Its influence is felt in every corner of the world, but with power comes scrutiny. Whispers of corruption echo around this monumental organization, casting a long, unsettling shadow. Is there truth in these rumors? Today, we delve into the underbelly of FIFA, exploring the claims of corruption that have rocked the football world. Rumors and allegations have long swirled around FIFA, but where there's smoke, is there fire? Over the years, FIFA has been no stranger to the specter of corruption. Some of these scandals have rocked the world of football to its very foundation, sending shockwaves across continents. Let's take a peek into the Pandora's box. In 2015, the world woke up to the news of a massive corruption scandal. Top FIFA officials were arrested on charges of racketeering, wire fraud, and money laundering. A total of 47 counts were leveled against 14 people. The American investigation into FIFA's affairs revealed a web of corruption, spanning more than 2 decades. This wasn't a one-off incident, but rather a systemic issue that had taken root in the heart of the organization. Then there's the controversy around FIFA's decision to award the World Cup hosting rights to Qatar in 2022. Serious allegations of bribery and corruption emerged, with critics questioning the integrity of the voting process. Despite the controversy, the tournament is set to take place in Qatar, leaving many to wonder about the true extent of FIFA's accountability. And who can forget the infamous cash for votes scandal that tarnished FIFA's reputation in 2010? 2 executive committee members were suspended following allegations that they offered to sell their votes in the bidding process for the World Cup. These are just some of the numerous scandals that have tainted FIFA's image over the years. Each incident, each allegation, adds another layer to the cloud of suspicion that hangs over the organization. These scandals have left many wondering, is this just the tip of the iceberg? Power can often be a double-edged sword. In the hands of the few, it can be wielded for the many or for personal gain. Within the walls of FIFA, this power is palpable. The structure of the organization, as it stands, is a fertile ground for the seeds of corruption to flourish. At the top of the FIFA pyramid is the president, a position that holds immense influence over the direction of the sport globally. But with such influence comes the potential for misuse. In the past, FIFA presidents have been accused of using their position to amass wealth and power, rather than to foster the growth and fairness of the sport. Next in line are the committee members, who too wield substantial power over the sport and its direction. They hold the keys to major decisions, from the location of the World Cup to the allocation of funds. This power, however, can be exploited. Allegations of bribes and kickbacks have often tainted the reputation of these key figures. Then there are the confederations and national associations, who, while lower in the hierarchy, still hold considerable sway. They are responsible for promoting and regulating football within their respective regions. But here too, instances of corruption have not been unheard of. Accusations of match fixing and illicit financial dealings have sometimes cast a shadow over the beautiful game. This hierarchical structure, where power is concentrated in the hands of a few, can inadvertently open doors to corruption. It can create an environment where key decisions can be swayed by personal interests rather than the greater good of the sport. This, coupled with the lack of stringent checks and balances, can lead to a culture of unaccountability. These power dynamics seem to have fostered a culture of secrecy and unaccountability. As fans, lovers of the sport, it is important for us to question, to challenge, and to demand transparency. Because at the end of the day, football is more than just a game. It's a symbol of unity, a source of joy, and a beacon of hope for many around the globe. So, what's the price of such alleged corruption? Who really pays the bill? Let's take a hard look at the cost of corruption in the world of football. When the integrity of the game is compromised, it's not just the players or the clubs that suffer. The ripple effect is far-reaching, impacting the heart and soul of the sport, the fans. Imagine being a die-hard fan, spending your hard-earned money on tickets, jerseys, and memorabilia. You scream your lungs out for your team, ride the highs and lows of every match, and share in the camaraderie that only football can bring. But then, the unthinkable happens. The game you love is tainted by corruption. This corruption can manifest in many ways. It could be a rigged match where the outcome is pre-decided, robbing fans of the thrill of a fair competition. Or it could be a talented player sidelined due to politics, denying fans the joy of watching a rising star. When the game's fairness is compromised, it's a blow to the very spirit of the sport. But it doesn't end there. Corruption has financial implications too. The inflated cost of hosting tournaments, driven up by bribes and kickbacks, trickles down to fans in the form of higher ticket prices. Similarly, clubs might be forced to increase merchandise prices to cover the costs of under-the-table dealings. And then there are the clubs themselves, especially smaller ones. They struggle to compete in a system that might favor the financial heavyweights, making it harder for them to attract talent or invest in infrastructure. This stifles competition, leaving fans with fewer choices and less diversity on the pitch. All these factors combined can lead to disillusionment among fans. After all, who wants to support a system that seems more interested in power and profit than in the beautiful game itself? The real victims of this alleged corruption appear to be the fans and the integrity of the sport itself. When the beautiful game loses its beauty to corruption, we all lose. Faced with these allegations, what's being done to clean up the beautiful game? A wave of change is sweeping across the football world. The game that has been tainted by whispers of corruption is now witnessing a fight for transparency, integrity, and fairness. The battle against corruption within FIFA is multifaceted, involving a number of key players. Whistleblowers, those brave individuals who risk their careers and sometimes even their lives, stand at the forefront of this fight. They courageously leak information from the inside, shedding light on the dark corners of corruption that have long been kept out of the public eye. Journalists play a crucial role as well, investigating these leads, connecting the dots, and exposing the truth. Their relentless pursuit of answers has helped bring some of the most shocking revelations to light, forcing FIFA to confront the allegations head-on. Law enforcement agencies worldwide have also stepped up, launching investigations and prosecutions, and holding those involved accountable. Their work has led to arrests, convictions, and sanctions, sending a strong message that corruption in the sport will not be tolerated. Behind the scenes, FIFA itself has been forced to take action. Sweeping reforms have been implemented to restore faith in the organization. These include greater financial transparency, term limits for top officials, and increased oversight of FIFA's executive committee. Yet, the road to change is not an easy one. It's a path fraught with resistance, denial, and backlash. But it's a fight that must be fought. After all, the stakes are high. Nothing less than the integrity of the world's most beloved sport is at stake. The fight against corruption in FIFA is ongoing, with the hope of restoring faith in the beautiful game. The fight is far from over, but each step taken is a step closer to a future where football is free from the shadows of corruption, a future where the beautiful game can truly shine. As we come to the end of this investigation, one question remains: is FIFA really corrupt? Let's revisit the key points we've explored. We delved into the whispers of corruption, looking at the allegations that have been raised over the years. From the distribution of World Cup hosting rights to the handling of financial resources, these claims have stirred up a storm of controversy. We then turned our attention to the dark side of power, where unchecked influence can lead to questionable decisions. We saw how the cost of corruption can be high, affecting not just the organization, but the sport and its millions of fans worldwide. We also recognized the fight for change. There are those who, despite the odds, are striving to bring about transparency and fairness within FIFA. Their efforts remind us that the spirit of football is about more than just winning games. It's about playing fair and respecting the principles of the game. However, the question of corruption within FIFA remains complex. It's a question that's multifaceted, with many layers and nuances. Allegations have been made, but definitive proof remains elusive. While some see a clear pattern of corruption, others argue that the organization is simply misunderstood or misjudged. While the final verdict may still be out, one thing is clear: the world of football deserves transparency, fairness, and integrity. For the love of the game, let's hope it gets it.